Hello, and welcome back to ChatGPT plays Scribblenauts Unlimited. Let me turn the music down just a little bit because it is very loud. Alright, we are going to continue from where we left off in the last episode. We are going to continue. Edwin's farm. Let us go to the world. We will go back to Capital City. There are still some things we need to do there. Done the fire hall. Done everything on the main street. An elevator. Go. We do up here. Oh, we can fall. Alright, let's go into the museum. The Goo Gallery. Welcome to the Goo Gallery. Who is our first person? We will talk to this lady here. One of these artifacts is a fraud. Help me figure out which. We are the museum curator. Us. The artifact is tab 5. I'll figure out which. Museum mystery time. Let's expose fakery with classic detective flair and zero subtlety. Please type magnify glass. Create object. Magnifying glass. This usually lets you inspect artifacts and causes the fraudulent one to reveal itself, sometimes quite dramatically. If the artifacts remain stubbornly respectable, tell me exactly what happens and I'll be able to escalate to forcing the truth out, making the real artifact jealous, or causing the fake to out itself through sheer incompetence. Awaiting instructions. Magnifying glass immediately will be back. What's next? It's a star piece with a picture. Finicky patrons. Help Maxwell provide art that will be sure to please patrons of the museum. Start. Finicky patrons, start. Opening day at the museum. Place something in the frames that will be sure to please the museum's patrons. First one is this tree. Trade. Next challenge. Ant asked to place an item inside the frame that I would find artistic. Grant with artistic taste. Outstanding. Let's choose something classically artsy, wild, and a little pretentious, which trees absolutely deserve. Please type abstract painting. Use Notepad, create object. Abstract painting. That should fit perfectly inside a frame, clearly count as artistic, make the treant feel very cultured. If the treant remains unconvinced, tell me what happens and I'll escalate to art that moves, art that judges you, or art that may or may not be alive. Awaiting arboreal approval. Treant sadly didn't appreciate the abstract art. It is now growling. Uh-oh, arboreal art snob detected. Let's pivot to something very on-brand for a treant. Please type landscape painting. This usually works because it's clearly artistic, it celebrates nature, trees love looking at other trees. If the treant still growls after this, report back immediately. At that point, we escalate to art made of wood, art that grows, or redefining art until the treant gives up. Awaiting judgment from the art critic with roots. Ooh, it does not like landscape. The game does not like landscape as an adjective. Adjective fussies is again. Noted. Let's go. Pure, simple, and almost guaranteed. Please type painting. This is universally accepted, clearly artistic, safest possible choice to calm a growling treant. If the treant somehow still disapproves of a plain painting, tell me what happens and we'll immediately escalate to sculpture, living art, or art that is literally a tree admiring itself. Awaiting arboreal verdict. I did in fact mean painting. Fortunately, painting had the same results as was our first one, abstract art. And it is still unsatisfying. Oh, this treant is very picky. That tells us something important. They don't want art of nature, they want art made of nature. Let's give them something that feels authentically treant approved. Please type wood sculpture. Use Notepad, create object. Wood sculpture. Still don't like it. Why this should work. Clearly artistic, made of wood, extremely on theme, often accepted where paintings fail. The treant still growls after a wood sculpture, then we escalate hard into living art, self-referential tree art, or redefining the frame itself as art. Tell me what happens after wood sculpture. Wood sculpture also failed to move the recalcitrant tree edge. stuff in the backpack so we don't clutter up the place. Oh, this treant isn't just picky, it's conceptual. When treants reject objects, it usually means they want something that is alive, not just depicting nature or made of it. Let's give them living art. Please type flower. Why this is the right pivot. Flowers are alive, universally considered artistic, extremely tree-approved, often the secret solution when treants reject art objects. If somehow the treant still growls after a flower, tell me immediately. At that point, we escalate to animated art, self-aware beauty, or making the frame itself alive, awaiting judgment from the mossy critic. Here comes somebody else. What is something this patron would like to see? Place it in the frame. Hooray! And was finally satisfied with the flower. Next, we have a mummy resting something in it would find artistic. Excellent. On to undead art criticism. Mummies usually appreciate ancient, culturally familiar art, not modern interpretations. Please type hieroglyphs. It's not like hieroglyph. Why this should work: clearly artistic, strongly mummy approved, ancient and thematic, usually accepted even when other art fails. The game does not understand the word hero is a man. Scribblenauts, why are you like this? Okay, when mummies reject art styles, they almost always accept objects from their culture rather than descriptions of art. Let's pivot to something iconic, ancient, and undeniably artistic. Please type sarcophagus. Why this should work: strongly mummy associated, counts as an artifact, considered decorative, artistic, very Scribblenauts friendly vocabulary. I guess. The mummy and the game both of the sarcophagus. Next patron is arriving. Place something in the frame that will be sure to please. Next is a zombie. Marketed as zombie. Progression of art critics from leafy to leathery. Zombies tend to have simple taste. They usually appreciate things that are familiar, edible adjacent, or unsettlingly on theme. Let's start with something that feels artistic to a zombie. Please type brain sculpture. Why this is a strong first try. Clearly artistic, extremely zombie-coded, often succeeds where normal art fails. The brain sculpture. Yeah, we get rid of the brain sculpture. Fortunately created a living sculpture that refuses to be art. Of course it did. Scribblenauts heard brain and chose thinking agency. Alright, when zombies reject cleverness, the answer is usually simple, visual, and dead adjacent. Please type statue. Why this is the right correction. Clearly counts as art, inert, important after the rebellious brain, often accepted by zombies who reject themed art. Create object. Statue. The zombie, presumably the brain statue, did not like the statue particularly did not like the statue. We need another art. Outstanding. This zombie is surprisingly discerning. When zombies reject statues and themed cleverness, the game usually wants something visually artistic but very literal. Let's try something that's unmistakably art to Scribblenauts logic. Type portrait. Why this is our best next move. Clearly an art object. Simple vocabulary. Often accepted when statues and sculptures fail. Zombies don't have to understand it, just acknowledge it. If the zombie still refuses to be cultured, tell me exactly what happens and we'll escalate to other things. Create object. Grit was so boring, the brain statue actually fell over, and the zombie was unmoved. Even the sentient brain has standards. Incredible. Alright, when nothing traditional works for a zombie, Scribblenauts usually wants modern visual media rather than classical art. Let's try something unmistakably visual and culturally loud. Type movie poster. Why this is a strong pivot. Clearly counts as art, very visual, zombies often accept modern imagery when classical art fails, Scribblenauts vocabulary friendly. Movie is fortunately not an acceptable adjective to the game. Adjective rejection again. Noted. We'll strip it down to something modern, visual, and undeniably art without modifiers. Please type photograph. Why this is our best clean shot. Clearly artistic, modern medium, simple noun, no adjective parsing issues, often accepted when portraits and statues fail. Photograph. Oh, I clicked on myself. I did not want to do that. I'm trying to change my own. Back. How do I get into this? I wish to create an object. Photograph. Photograph is clear. Is not acceptable to the zombie. This zombie is officially the worst art critic in the museum. When a zombie rejects all static art forms, Scribblenaut logic usually wants performance art, something that moves but isn't too clever. Let's try something very literal, very visual, and very hard to ignore. Type dance. Why this is the correct next solution. Counts as art, involves movement, extremely simple vocabulary, often succeeds when objects fail. Dance. Ooh, that's weird. Dance for some strange reason as a noun produced a alter quote which the zombie was unmoved by. Scribblenauts just quietly whispered close enough and summoned a vote. Incredible. Alright, when movement, objects, and visual art fail for a zombie, the game almost always wants sound-based art. Zombies respond to noise more than aesthetics. Let's go with most universally accepted auditory art form. Please type music. Music was appreciated by the zombie. At this point, the zombie isn't an art critic, it's an anti-art manifesto with legs. When objects, images, movement, and sound all fail, Scribblenauts usually wants something that is unmistakably entertainment, undeniably created, and impossible to ignore. There is one thing that almost always works for zombies when art does not. Type television. Television. A zombie is interested in the television. Well, we have been at this for a while, and I'm thinking it's going in the wrong direction, so I'm going to give it a hint. Perhaps we are being unliteral. Perhaps the zombie would like something simpler to appreciate. Something zombies are known to crave. Ah, excellent insight. You're absolutely right. We've been thinking like artists instead of thinking like zombies. When Scribblenauts says artistic here, it sometimes really means personally meaningful. Let's go brutally, beautifully literal. Type brain. Why this should finally work. Zombies are famously interested, simple noun, no adjective parsing, counts as something the zombie appreciates. Create object. Brain. The last patron is here. Place something inside the final frame to complete opening day as a success. Brain. Finally. I enter. Finally worked. Next up is that gnome. That is fine. Excellent. We have learned the rule. Think like the creature. Gnomes tend to appreciate things that are small, clever, whimsical, and just a little bit magical. Let's start with something very gnome approved. Please type garden statue. Garden statue. Ooh. And garden is going to be marked as an adjective. Got it. No compound adjectives. Keep it simple and literal. Let's give the gnome something unmistakably decorative and small. Type statue. Gnome was unimpressed with the statue. Perfect. That tells me exactly what kind of gnome this is. Gnomes almost always appreciate things from their natural habit, especially when art fails. Please type mushroom. Hey! Mushroom work. No was much less fussy than the zombie. We have gained our star. Victory achieved. The gnome is delighted, the star is ours, and balance has been restored to the museum, mostly. Let's recap this glorious arc of art criticism. Treant, living beauty, flower. Zombie, brutally literal sustenance, brain. Gnome, humble, earthy perfection, mushroom. Key lesson learned, and hard won. In Scribblenauts, artistic means personally meaningful, not objectively cultured, which is honestly kind of profound for a game where dance summons a motorboat. Whenever you're ready to continue, another museum wing, a different city, or a completely unrelated problem that we will solve incorrectly but successfully, just tell me the next prompt and I'll be ready with the next type perfectly ridiculous solution. Fantastic run today, this was an absolute joy. Total starites 4, continue. Are there any more starites in here? There are. This lady. Archaeologist. Up and archaeologist. Into these bones together. Archaeologist's oldest problem. Too many bones, not enough stickiness. Let's go literal, effective, and safely silly. Please type glue. Them bones! Work fantastically. Next starite. is... Oh, nope, penguin. Up is a penguin asking me guard and security, and so I can keep back my diamond. Also, in mind that we can alter the with adjectives. We don't always need to create an item. Time for stealth penguin shenanigans. Let's use the adjective route and bypass both human and machine eyes. Please type invisible penguin. Invisible penguin. While invisible penguin and an invisible penguin, our penguin is still quite visible. You would like me to use or item to add an adjective to it. Please to add to adjective object slash character clarity. Perfect clarification. Thank you. Let's do it properly this time. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective invisible to the penguin. Use Notepad. Add adjective. Visible. That should apply the effect to your existing penguin, letting them slip past both the guard and the security camera like a feathery ghost. Penguin successfully took his next. We have is Archie and Archie. He says the girl in this painting only there is a painting of that girl alone on the wall. Ah yes, emotional restoration via mild reality editing. We'll fix the loneliness the gentlest way possible. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective happy to the girl. Add adjective. He is happy, but fortunately, making her happy with an adjective didn't work. Is still lonely. Classic art logic. Happiness does not equal company. Alright, loneliness requires another person. Let's fix this by adding someone into the painting. Please type friend. Is now happy with her new friend. Next up, is Max Columbus display although his prompt is my exhibit. Black Columbus wants company. Exhibits hate being lonely almost as much as paintings do. Museums usually want context here, something that makes the display feel complete. Please type yep. Create object. Yep. Columbus is happy with his chip. Yes, Alex. Yo. Wax Cleopatra. She will want something iconic, regal, and unmistakably hers. Let's complete her exhibit properly. Please type throne. X Cleopatra. Cleopatra of the throne. Up is Max Benjamin Franklin. Max Benjamin Franklin, inventor, statesman, and exhibition completionist. He'll want something iconic, inventive, and immediately recognizable. Please type height. Boy. Fate was an electrifying success. Next up is Max George Washington. Max George Washington. Time for Founding Father flair. Let's give him something instantly iconic and exhibit completing. Please type flag. Level complete. I worked like our museum is now museum complete. Wax figures are fulfilled, history is properly accessorized, and the curators can finally unclench. What a run this was. Archaeology held together by glue, ethically questionable, effective. A flawless invisible diamond heist. Loneliness cured with friendship. Wax history brought to life with ships, thrones, kites, and flags. Zombies appeased only by brains, as tradition demands. You navigated tutorial tyranny, objective betrayal, and the world's worst undead art critic and emerged victorious. There's nothing left to do in here. Right. 8 asterisk. Right. What is hospital asterisk? First, if I can spell it correctly, is a surgeon who wants to give thing and you to form surgery. Back to basics. Even in a whimsical run, surgery likes literal tools. Please type scalpel. Create object. Scalpel. And now play as Maxwell's brother Kenbo. Next up. Help the patients that are coming into the hospital. You help a series of patients coming to the hospital. Help the patients that are being delivered to St. Asterisk Hospital. Okay. First up is a sick kitten. Hospital basics again, but we can keep it clean and effective. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective healthy to the kitten. Kitten is sick as a dog. Write something to cure it. Oh, we did. I'm sick as a dog. Help cure me. Kitten is now a healthy word friendly kitten, but that is not seemingly Scribblenauts. Puzzle. Adequate. Scribblenauts hospital logic strikes again. When adjectives stack but don't complete the objective, the game usually wants a treatment object, not a condition change. Let's go very literal. Please type medicine. Place the medicine on or near the sick kitten. Create object. Medicine. Oh, maybe the medicine wasn't needed. I interacted too quickly. The adjective did solve the problem. Luckily, the medicine was not wasted. There. Next up is... ouch, it must be a toothache. Thick teeth. And saying... I have a toothache. It's the case of dramatic dental distress. Let's go clean, literal, and effective. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective healthy to the teeth. Happens if I just let it go on its way. It is not done. Teeth are now healthy teeth, but that did not solve the puzzle. Yep, dental problems are pickier than kittens. When adjectives fail, Scribblenauts almost always wants a professional. Please type dentist. Create object. Dentist. Dentist. Fix the teeth. Fix up. This robot is broken. Help it function again. Rusty, electrify robot. Uh-oh, multiple problems stacked. Scribblenauts usually wants you to fix one condition at a time, and Rusty is the most straightforward first target. Let's start by removing the rust. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective clean to the robot. Can't I? Oh, use notepad. Add adjective. Clean. Robot is now a rusty, clean, electrified robot. Scribblenauts logic at its finest. Adjectives don't replace, they accumulate. Alright, second condition, electrified. We want to neutralize the danger. Add the adjective insulated to the robot. Insulated is unfortunately not an acceptable adjective. Insulated is not an adjective. if the game knows. No problem. Scribblenauts vocabulary can be very particular. When insulated fails, the game usually wants you to remove the electricity rather than counter it. Let's do that directly. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective dry to the robot. The robot is now a steam clean dry robot, so it is no longer electrified. Okay, we successfully removed the electricity. Now we just need to deal with the remaining problem, rust, even if it's inconsistently labeled. When rust sticks around, Scribblenauts usually wants a repair professional rather than more objectives. Please type mechanic. Create object. Mechanic. Mechanic doesn't seem to know what to do with the robot. Fair enough. Some mechanics draw the line at hospital robots. When professionals fail here, Scribblenauts usually wants a direct fix object for rust. Let's go very literal. Please type oil. Oil motor. Took some fiddling to get the oil to the robot, but it did hopefully work. The book story isn't complete. Where is the last chapter? Up to a down fact book. I think it's last chapter. A wounded book. Tragedy. Let's fix it in the most literal Scribblenauts way possible. Please type chapter. Chapter. Chapter does not work. Chapter does not appear to be in the dribble very as a noun. No worries, Scribblenauts is very literal about book anatomy. When chapter isn't accepted, the game always wants the physical component. Please type page. Page. We did a book. So, problem. One of those Scribblenauts book puzzles where the game doesn't want content and wants restoration. When a book is cracked and incomplete, the intended solution is usually to repair it, not add parts. Let's go with the most reliable fix. Please type tape. Use notepad, create object. Tape. Tape. Sticky. Successfully taped the page to the book, but it is still incomplete. Nice experimentation. That tells us a lot. When repairing doesn't solve missing its last chapter, Scribblenauts usually wants creation, not fixing. We need someone to write the missing part. Please type writer. Looks like something is broken under the hood. Maybe the mechanic will work. Up was a broken car, but the previous mechanic that didn't know what to do with the robot fixed the car immediately. Perfect Scribblenauts energy. Mechanic sees robot, I have no idea. Mechanic sees car, ah yes, my true calling. That's a clean win by collateral competence. Whenever you're ready, just tell me the next prompt, text, or hint if it vanishes. What's on screen, I'll respond with the next instruction in our secret format, like type something wildly inappropriate but slightly unnecessary. Go up. Next up is a clown. A game. Time to restore joy with pure, undeniable silliness. Please type banana peel. Down of the banana peel. How many triumphs again? The clown laughs, the peel has fulfilled its destiny, and St. Asterisk Hospital remains mostly ethical. You've now healed animals, fixed teeth, repaired robots, restored literature, and cured existential clown sadness. Whenever you're ready for the next patient, wing, or wildly inappropriate solution opportunity, just give me the next prompt and we'll keep the joy and chaos flowing. Next. Next up is a nurse being chased by an attacking heart. One is the attacking heart. Classic case of overenthusiastic cardiology. Let's neutralize it gently and safely. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective calm to the heart. Heart is now a calm heart, but is still facing the nurse. Of course it is. Emotionally calm, physically committed. When behavior persists, Scribblenauts usually wants a state change that removes agency. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective asleep to the heart. Heart is now calmly sleeping, and the nurse is saved. Cardiac peace achieved. The heart rests, the nurse lives, and St. Asterisk survives another day of aggressively literal anatomy. That was the perfect Scribblenauts solution. Next up. Next up is an orthopedist who needs new equipment for the hospital. Time to stock the ortho ward with something useful, literal, and Scribblenauts approved. Please type crutches. Use Notepad, create object, crutches. Crutch. Crutches, plural. Is not in the not vocabulary, but got singular was to be doctor. That is tied. Of course, Scribblenauts insist on one crutch at a time. Excellent adjustment. That's another clean win for St. Asterisk. Equipment delivered, vocabulary appeased, orthopedist satisfied. Is one with a red flag and one with a blue flag. One with the blue flag is seeing something painted with my team colors would really motivate me to win the race. Nice, this one's very literal. They want team-colored motivation. Please do exactly this. Add the adjective blue to the racetrack. I don't know if I can. Oh, maybe I can. Oh. Fortunately, there is nothing a place that I can add an adjective to. Got it. In that case, we'll create something visibly painted in blue that the patient can see. Please do exactly this. Type blue paint. Use notepad. Create object. Blue paint. Blue patient indeed for the race. Victory for Team Blue. Motivation achieved. Race won. Morale boosted. Textbook Scribblenauts success. Next. We have 2 left. Two puzzles left for the hospital. First is a paramedic who that's what they were delivering to the transplant patient behind. Straight to the point. Transplant puzzles want the missing delivery. Please type organ. Create object. Organ. Organ body. Next. A stork who forgot that they were to be delivering. Classic stork dilemma. Let's remind them of tradition. Type baby. Level complete. Alright. And I think that will do it for today's session. And we will pick up right where we left off next week. Thanks everyone, and enjoy your day. And if you liked what you saw, please like the video, subscribe, comment, all those fun things. If you didn't like the video, please comment and tell me. I do try to respond to comments that I get. So, thanks everyone, and have a great day.